All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Trade World. It's been a long time that I haven't been here, but today I'm having a really great guest, a very successful businessman. Mr. Yavuz Selim Sılay is with us. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Janer. I'm really honored to be here at Trade World. This show has been really one of the best shows in Africa, I know, and I'm truly excited to be with you on this show. Thank you for your invitation.
Thank you so much. So how are you? How are you doing?
Doing wonderful. I'm really excited. You know, Natural TV is an amazing TV. Under your leadership, there is a really good team here working together. So, frankly speaking, I'm very excited to be having this show with you, and then hopefully also doing other shows together.
All right, thank you. So, Yavuz, we all know you. We all know you really well. But for our viewers, can you please introduce yourself to them?
Absolutely. My name is Yavuz Selim Sılay. I'm a physician entrepreneur and venture architect. And now, thanks to your support, becoming a TV show host and also supporting here as an international relations. What I have been doing is, over the last 14 years, I lived in the United States, and 7 years in Germany. So I'm an international executive.
That's great.
Over the half of my life was global, and the other half of my life was in Turkey. I'm in Turkey for the last 7 years, and because I'm a physician, after my academic life in Houston, Texas at Baylor College of Medicine, I moved to the dark side, which is the pharmaceutical industry. On the pharma side, I moved up the ladder, went above the glass ceiling, and worked in different companies at Teva Pharmaceutical, and became the vice president of a French company to help them enter the US market, which is Ipsen Pharmaceutical. And then I moved to Turkey, and I'm in Turkey over the last 7 years. And what I am really thrilled about is it's such an exciting time in Turkey, because it's a hub, and we're able to work with our African brothers and sisters, with European, Asian, and American, all of them. Turkey has become a hub of attraction, and I'm really trying to help at the startup ecosystem and investment ecosystem, and also helping establishing several incubation centers.
That's great. So I would like to tell our viewers that don't forget this name, Dr. Yavuz Selim Sılay. He will be with you in this Natural TV, and we will talk about that later. So I would like to ask you, what do you think about the relationship between Turkey and Africa, the trade relations?
That's a great question. Thanks for the question, Janer. The trade relations are good, but is not enough. When we started back in 2005, Turkey announced the Africa year. So from that level, Turkey and Africa has boosted its relations at the trade level. Culturally, we have also very strong ties way back. And when I look at the trade volume, I did some research. From 2009 to 2018, we had close to $180 billion of trade volume.
That's a big number.
Yeah, huge number. And about 66% of that is coming from North Africa. Egypt, Algeria, and Morocco. These are the top 3 nations we do export and import. Of course, in South Africa is also a strong nation, and we have good trade relations. But I see lack of trade in the West, Mid, and East Africa, and there are huge opportunities we can collaborate. Because, Janer, frankly speaking, Turkey now has flight to every single city, almost major city. And it's one of the best airlines in the world, you know, with several awards. Turkey has all embassies and huge relationship. We have many African students. They feel at home in Turkey. They come, they enjoy Turkey, they are very happy.
That's right.
And we always welcome as a part of our nation here, because we are brothers and sisters from all backgrounds.
As you know that you told us right now, most of the exporting and importings are from North Africa. But recently, our President Recep Tayyip Erdogan went to West Africa, and he wants to make the exporting and importing grow up in West Africa too. He was in Senegal and Gambia, and they're doing really great job there too. You know, Turkey and Africa's relations are stronger way back, way back, and and it's getting stronger every day. I would like to ask you that, what do you think that companies will to do to help these things to get stronger?
That's a really good question, Caner, because
Thank you.
practically speaking, our viewers are either company owners or entrepreneurs, businessmen who are seeking for how to work
Yes.
in Turkey and operate from Turkey globally to Europe, to Asia, to Russia, or to the United States. I invite all of them personally as Yavuz Selim Sılay to Turkey first and foremost, and through our programs together as Natural TV, we will invite them. I see that clearly we have very strong institutions. We have African councils at DEIC, and I invite all of them to be very active at DEIC. And in my shows, we will also talk about some of the DEIC presidents. And also what I see is they can utilize and come and manufacture in Turkey. Come and become a manufacturer, and become a member of the Turkish, exporters chamber, and they can get huge advantage and incentives if they manufacture even a small shop in Turkey and become an exporter. They are most welcome. This is a strategy my African brothers and sisters can utilize. And finally, TİKA is a very strong institution. They should be in touch with TİKA, with Turkish airline offices, as well as there is Marif Vakıf, which is also very important in terms of education. I invite all of them to be in touch with Marif Foundation. On the ground, they will get huge support to enhance our relationship.
Yeah, that's right. So as you said, that TİKA is doing a really good job in the world. TİKA is in 154 countries right now, and they're doing really good job in Africa also.
Absolutely.
The thing is, the policy of our governments is the win-win policy.
Exactly.
And that's really good for us and for them, because in this trade jam we have to get out in this trade jam, and Africa is the only way to get out this trade jam, and we all have to help each other.
Exactly. The view to mention that Turkey and the Turkish nation has very positive, strong times from historically, but also we are looking at it as a natural, trustworthy relationship. It's not about just taking something, because Africa has been abused for many years.
Yes, that's right.
We all know that, and the approach of Turkey is very different. We sincerely are approaching as our brothers and sisters, as a human to begin with, and enhancing our relationship and making Africa even a booming continent, because I see an amazing future. There are many studies that are done. Africa is the rising nation all over the world, and you will be able to see the technology is coming from Africa.
Yes, that's right. That's really right, because they're growing really fastly.
Absolutely.
And that's really good for the world, I think, and for Africa and for Turkey. So as you're doing a really good job, as I told you every time, can you tell us about MaQasid Group?
Absolutely. MaQasid is actually a financial institution, and an international institution based in Istanbul, and the new financial center. And I am the co-founder and CEO of MaQasid Angel Investors Network. So MaQasid Group has 3 companies. We have an office in London, we are based in Istanbul, and we're working on opening a new office in Kuwait, and also looking into, we have already some business in Africa, by the way. And there are also other funds that we work, including an African business center and institutions that MaQasid is involved. MaQasid shareholders are involved. MaQasid is crucial because we have, on one hand, portfolio management. Within the new Turkish economic direction, there are new venture capital and private equity funds established. This is how United States became United States. The leap of US was through these funds. And now within the new vision of Turkey in 2023, we are establishing these new VC funds and PE funds. There is huge interest. There are many people who wants to become Turkish citizen. They apply to our funds, and by just putting $500,000, they can get their Turkish passport with only in 3 months.
That's the only thing they have to do.
Only 2. And then their money is growing, and they become Turkish citizen. And we help them also establish their families and grow. There is a huge interest to our funds. So I welcome all of them. They can reach out to us directly through Natural TV to become a part of our funds, to help also business in relations with Africa and Turkey. These funds, VCMP funds, are all monitored by Turkish government. This Capital Market Board approved, which means it is fully transparent. And we are one of the few companies who has Turkish government authority to operate and grow these funds in a lucrative way. We have MaQasid Consulting, which is structuring these funds under Dr. Ahmed El-Serifi, which is a phenomenal leader, ex-KPMG from London. He's also running our London office. Our global CEO is Ayman Ghonem. He's a phenomenal leader as well. And I'm supporting on the MaQasid Angels as the co-founder and CEO. I'll welcome all of my African brothers to Istanbul Ataşehir, or also to our office here in Ankara to have further discussion.
That's great. So I heard that you have been accredited recently, and congratulations for that.
Thank you so much.
And I would like to ask you, what is the role and investment strategy of Main, which is known as the first accredited interest-free angel investors network?
Great question, Caner. Thank you for this amazing news. Yes, we have been accredited as MaQasid Angel Investors Network. We are the only interest-free angel investors network accredited by Turkish government now. There are 11 angel investors network. Back in 2010, there was only one business angel investor network, and the ecosystem was very low. And now we call it decade challenge. In 10 years, the ecosystem is booming.
Yes.
Turkey has become #1 in the first league and moved. The early impact investment was about $102 million just recently. The Turkish President's Investment Office announced. So it's a vivid environment. We are going to also have a very interesting Imagine Tomorrow program that we will share with our in my 5 Technology News program. We also made it a headline news. So I can tell you, we bring ideas with people who have money, and then we provide huge tax advantages. If someone, an angel investor, someone from Gambia or Senegal wants to become an angel investor, we help them for free to become angel investor. They get the procedure of becoming accredited angel investor, and then we help them, guide them to do the right investment through legal channels. Whether if it's below 500,000 euro, we help them to our very interesting portfolio, which I have reviewed personally with my team, Nuran Bölükbaş, more than 600 companies over the last 1 year. And we have announced actually 4 investments so far. And the next announcement will be with Turkish Science and Technology Minister Mustafa Varank on the 19th of February. So it's a really booming environment. I welcome all of them to become partners and become angel investors at MaQasid Angels, known as Main in the ecosystem. So we can help them grow their business and ideas become global in Europe, in United States, in Far East, in Russia, because we mean business. Politics is politics. That should be on the side.
Yes.
We mean business, and your show is also trade world. And looking from a perspective of business, I want to invite all of them. We work with principles. We are the pioneers in Turkey for interest-free finance. Interest-free finance is growing concept. There's about close to several billion Muslims, and many of them who are practicing, they prefer dealing with no riba, no interest. There are also good Christian and Jewish friends that I know of. They prefer working with these interest-free financial institutions because of ethical reasons. As you know, in Christianity, it's also interest is forbidden. And my Jewish friends, they don't take interest when they do business between each other. So overall, we need to get the wealth all over the world. Not just 7,000 people should own the money and oppress 7 billion people. We believe in the balance, and this is our mission in Turkey, to build technologies, make them global, using interest-free financial principles as MaQasid Group.
That's great. So in Main, you get the people who wants to make a business, and you
match them
with the companies
and investors.
Yes. And they're starting a business together.
Exactly.
And that's great.
That's amazing, because there is lots of money. People need to come with the right team. Able to scale their business, have the right sales strategy, have the right patent strategy, and able to boost. So that initial money, seed funding, is very important. You are an entrepreneur in Africa. First, you can use your own money, ask your wife, your family. The next step is actually looking for angel investors. That's why we call them angel, because they're like angels.
Yes.
Of course, they also look for return.
Mm-hmm.
They usually exit in 2 to 4 years. And our angel investors are very active in investing at the right opportunities. But we are also very selective in companies. We prefer companies which are already making money, come to a certain scale, already use their MVP, which we call minimal viable product, available in the market. They test it in the market. Then we help them boost exponentially and then put them into our fund. So Main's role is also enable these opportunities, entrepreneurs, enable them to enter the VC and PE funds, which can make them really global brands. So we are really excited to be part of this ecosystem.
Well, that's really good, because you don't need to, well, the investors or the people doesn't need to search for any contacts and everywhere. They just contact you.
We are matchmakers.
And you do everything.
Exactly.
That's really great. So are you doing this only in Turkey?
No.
Where
We're global. We're global. Right now, we have offices in London. We're planning Middle East, Kuwait, and then in Africa we also are planning. We're reviewing the bases in Africa, and then of course we will have in United States globally as well. So you know, it's a global village now, Caner. When you look at it, it's a small world after all. So we need to find ways to connect people, because it's not just about getting to know each other and networking. Networking is also helping people achieve and connect with opportunities. That's what we're really aspiring to do as MaQasid Group.
That's great. So you're being a bridge.
Absolutely.
In the world.
Like Natural TV. Natural TV is a cultural bridge, economic bridge, and we are also honored to be part of that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So let's talk about ICG.
Sure.
What does ICG do?
ICG stands for Istanbul Consulting Group. That's the company when I came to Turkey from United States I have established. The first mission ICG conducted was we came as a part of World Bank. So as a World Bank consultant, when I came to Turkey, I helped in the improvement of the Turkish organ transplant system, and also enhance the relationship between United States and Turkey on the healthcare system. So ICG played that role and then evolved into actually commercial diplomacy as well as government engagement diplomacy. So we have a very strong team in Ankara, in Brussels, and in Washington, D.C., which help companies to actually engage and able to cover and make sure their company goals are meeting the government goals, so they can enhance their business. The other thing ICG does is we actually establish several research and development centers in Turkey. We work very closely with technoparks, technology centers. There are 81 technology development centers all over Turkey now. So we have very good connection with all of them. So anyone who wants to establish a business from these technology parks, we help them, we provide guidance to them, and then help them build their strategy and become a global brand. So ICG is actually a launch pad for startups, and from there we take it to Maine to find the money. So this is actually an ecosystem or chain where we are taking from the very beginning, help them grow, get their mentorship, and then move to Maine to the angel funding, and then move into the VC funding with MaQasid portfolio management, where our CEO Tunç is doing a phenomenal job.
Oh, that's great.
Tunç was a trader back in United States as well. So we have a really international team because we have partners from 9 different countries at MaQasid. And on the ICG side, that's why when I met Maine, I still continued my business on the research development side, but also became a partner in growing Maine to support their mission of interest-free finance.
So can we say that ICG and Maine are connected?
They are very much connected in terms of, because you need to bring it to a stage and you need to make sure they are ready to be presented to the investors. So that's what ICG does as well.
That's great. So I have so many great questions for you. We're going to talk about your programs.
Excellent.
Too.
Thank you.
And you're starting 3 new programs in Natural TV.
Thanks to your support and leadership.
Thank you so much. So our viewers will hear your name every week.
Thank you.
In Natural TV. So do not forget Dr. Yavuz Selim Sılay. But first, I have to go for a commercial break.
Sure.
After the commercial break, we will continue our questions. So, ladies and gentlemen, Trade World is going for a short break. After the break, we will be here with Mr. Yavuz Selim Sılay. Stay tuned to Natural TV. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Trade World. So we are continuing our show with a great guest that we have, and you will hear him every week in Natural TV, Dr. Yavuz Selim Sılay. He's with us right now, and we have been talking about the relations between Turkey and Africa, and MaQasid Group, ICG, your programs. And I would like to ask you, why should companies and investors choose you?
Great question, Caner. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
You know, in business, remember the old days. People do business like gentlemen. They hold a handshake and then continue with trust.
Yes.
What we offer is trust, which is very rare to find. You know, integrity, trustworthiness, and we have very good connections with the entire global business world. So if you want to use Turkey as a hub and come to Turkey, take your citizenship, and use Turkey as a launchpad to become global, they should work with MaQasid Group. And we are able to provide them many options through our funds. And if they want to actually build and do a diplomacy level government engagement, they should work with ICG, Istanbul Consulting Group. At the end, you need to work with professionals. Our team is all international. MaQasid shareholders are from 9 different countries. And I worked 7 years in Germany, 14 years in the United States. Pretty much, I'm a global citizen. So
Yes.
it's being culturally sensitive is very important. And instead of judging people, understanding where they're coming from, and try to help with sincerity. And what we do is we do what we say and we say what we do. So I would rather under-promise and over-deliver. This is the approach. And the most important thing is we are pioneers in being interest-free. We don't deal with interest. We feel that if you actually stop dealing with interest, you will get more abundancy and productivity in your business.
That's great. So nowadays, the trade is like, okay, you do this, you do that.
Yes.
They don't listen.
Yes.
The thing that they have to do is to listen what they want, what they
Absolutely.
need. And this is, as you said, that the old trade, old business are like, you shake hands, you talk face to face, not with technology, not with phones. You go there, talk, and agree face to face.
Absolutely.
And you listen to the guest or to the businessman and everyone. And it's not being doing nowadays.
Unfortunately. The listening part is very important, like you said, Caner, because we are just trying to always say what we
Yes.
think. Before doing that, you have to understand, analyze the business and say, okay, this is your problem. At the end, I'm a business doctor now. You know, I'm a physician entrepreneur. I have done my executive MBA at Washington University in St. Louis, which is the second best executive MBA in the United States.
That's great.
What they teach us is you need to listen, analyze, put the diagnosis like we do in medical, and then treat it. So many of us jump right to the conclusion.
That's really right.
So we promise as MaQasid Group that we will listen to you carefully, understand your situation, and provide you tailored options, whether it's angel investment, VC funding, whether you have a small amount or big amount, we have options for you. So just contact us.
That's great. They have to just contact that. That's the only
Exactly,
thing that I
that's
have
it.
to.
Just one call.
Only procedure that you have.
That's easy. From now on, we will help them. We will also do background checks in terms of financials. We have financial scores. So whatever they claim, they need to make sure they claim it properly because we have ways to check from a financial standpoint.
That's right. That's right. So that's great. And as I was always tell in this program that they will hear your name
Thank you.
every week in Natural TV. Why am I saying that? Because Dr. Yavuz Selim Sılay is starting a great programs in Natural TV.
Thank you, John.
First of all, it's ITB is coming soon.
Yes.
And there are so many things to talk. So let's first talk with ITB and
Sure.
5TM we have.
Of course.
What is ITB stands for, and what are you going to do in this program?
This program will be very unique, I'm hoping, because I want to become really a true bridge with Africa, which is the mission of Natural TV. So I will get as many input as possible through our WhatsApp line, get their business problems, and help them as a business coach. Because they may have some problems somewhere in Gambia or Niger that they are tackling, that they don't know what the next step is. So all I'm asking is don't call directly, leave a message or a video message so we can show you on our channel your video. If you want to see yourself on TV, ITV is your opportunity. And we will listen to your problem and then talk about what solutions we can bring. Because ITB stands for idea to business. So you have ideas and you want to turn it into a business. Come to ITB and we'll help you, guide you how to turn it into a business. And maybe one of our callers will help us do it if I don't know it. I'm not claiming I know everything, but I will provide my experience, and with my beautiful viewers, we'll find a solution for that case. So in a way, we're going to talk about how to turn idea into business. There are many innovations happening in Africa. We're going to get all those innovations and turn it into brand. So we want to hold there, my friends and brothers and sisters in Africa, and take their innovations and turn it into brand. How can we do that? We'll discuss this as a family here at Natural TV. And finally, for those who wants to deal with interest-free, we'll help them how to deal with interest-free ways, and then how can we turn it into baraka, which means abundancy. Regardless, I will feel we'll get many different guests here from Turkish African Council, DEIK, as well as TICA and other very important organizations. Host them here where you are, and then able to hear from them. Like Murat Efendi Ater is going to come and join us, which is the head of Niger. Süleyman Bohça, which is the vice president of the entire Africa DEIK. He will be our host in the coming days. So we'll have very honorable guests who knows Africa, who understands Africa, and create solutions together for peace and prosperity.
That's great. So in this program, it's going to be a two-way program, I think.
Absolutely.
They will learn from us and we will learn from them.
That's the idea. I hope we can achieve it.
That's
so
great.
I rely on my brothers and sisters in Africa to leave a message, leave just 1 minute video, not longer. Leave a message, and then we will showcase them, discuss about it, and then try to answer questions.
That's really good. Well, I'm waiting for ITB.
Thank you. Thank you, Jared. And
it's gonna be
I really
good.
appreciate your support and leadership.
Thank
and
you.
I want to thank on your behalf to the entire Natural TV team, very professional team, the best team in the world.
Thank you. Thank
Under
you so much.
Your executive leadership, this team is booming, and it's going to get even better with our support of viewers.
Yeah, with your support, it's going to get stronger and better every day.
Absolutely.
Every day. So the other program, 5TN.
So 5TN is very unique, actually. 5, we know 5.
Yes.
5 stands for 5. I'm not going to explain more about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know.
Okay.
But T stands for technology and N stands for news. So we're thinking, based on the discussions we had together, of a format that I will talk about 3 top news in technology, and then we'll also show 2 different videos about technology. So we will cover 5 news every program, which will be about 30 minutes. That's our goal. And over there are very unique changes happening in technology. We need to capture them, understand them, and globally we want to connect more our viewers in Africa with what is going on in technology all over the world. So Natural TV will be a bridge of not just commerce, industry, but also technology.
Yes.
That's what we aim at 5TN.
That's going to be really good. So 5TN is all about technology.
Absolutely.
I think.
And the news and what's happening in artificial intelligence, many different things, you know.
And ITB is about the business,
Absolutely.
the economy.
Absolutely.
That's going to be really great 2 programs, I think.
Thank you so much. I hope so. I would expect my viewers to support us with their comments, and hopefully they will watch and provide our negatives and positives. We are open to improvement.
That's right. And our viewers are so kind and so great. So they will support us.
Absolutely.
I think so.
We are a family. That's how I feel already.
That's right. So are there any new programs in the pipeline? Are there any surprises for us?
You know, at the end, I'm a medical doctor. I'm a physician, even though I'm a businessman. That's why they call me physician, entrepreneur, and venture architect. And now TV show host, thanks to Natural TV. So in this one, I want to call this World Health News, WHN. If you look at ITB, 5TN, WHN, they all are short, easy to remember.
Yes.
And this name will be important because we want to give the most authentic news about health. We talk about coronavirus. Many things, for example, are exaggerated or put down. We will go to the source, talk with the right people, and really get the source from the right news, sometimes with guests, sometimes with myself providing the insight. We want to make a combination and really give the authentic health news all over the world for our beautiful viewers in Africa. That's what we want to achieve.
I think it's going to be really good 3 programs
I
that
hope
you're
so.
going to do.
I'm really excited. I'm thrilled to be part of Natural TV.
Well, Natural TV is getting stronger with your support.
Thank you so much.
We're trying to do our best, but with you, we're going to get grow
Thank you.
and
Thank
stronger
you.
every day, I think.
Thank you, Janer. You're
Thank
very
you.
kind.
Thank you so much. So we talked about business. We talked about economy, relations, MaQasid, ICG. I would like to ask you, how do you see Natural TV?
I think Natural TV is like a baby, a very solid, healthy baby, and it is growing, getting very good milk now, and it is starting to grow. But the growth will be very sudden. I have a 7-year-old. I can understand how fast it grows. So Natural TV is actually, it's in booming stage. In like 2 years, I can expect Natural TV already is being viewed very common in Africa, but it will be viewed even further. And it will be welcomed even more because of the quality of the programs Natural TV is putting.
Well, with you, it's going to be like that.
As a team. And there are many others that are doing very good work, yourself, and many others in the team. So I feel our viewers will be extremely happy because Natural TV is really at the core. It is reaching more than 500 million viewers in 22 countries. And down the line, there is a vision to cover the entire Africa within a couple of years. So that's why the viewers' calls, their attractions, their feedback is always welcome to us because we are trying our best as a team to really understand and help our brothers and sisters in Africa.
Thank you. So, Yavuz, Natural TV is broadcasting to 22 countries in West Africa, as you said, and we're just reaching to 500 million people.
That's amazing.
And yeah, that's an amazing number that we're reaching. Have you been to Africa?
Yes.
Where have you been?
I went to Niger.
Niger.
And it was one of my most special time.
What did you have there?
I actually enjoyed, the view. I went to Niamey, which is the capital of Niger, and I love people from Niger so much. They have been the most sincere people I have seen in my life. I felt so emotional. And there was the Chamber of Commerce in Niger, the head, which is a phenomenal gentleman, very humble, very strong businessman, Musa Sidi. Mohammed Musa Sidi, he welcomed us so much. He gave a very special gift, which I'm still holding in my home.
That's great.
That's why I feel very special about Africa. And I just went to Niger. I wish I will have the opportunity to go to Nigeria, to all Senegal, Gambia, and later to Ethiopia, and Congo DC, and down the line to South Africa.
Yes.
So I know Africa can bring huge opportunities, and I welcome all of them to Turkey as well, to Istanbul and Ankara.
That's great. So I went to Niger too.
You did?
Yeah, I did. I went to Nigeria, Ethiopia, and Mali.
You're so lucky.
And I think you have to go there.
Exactly.
You have to go to countries in Africa.
Without seeing, it doesn't mean anything.
Yes,
right?
you have to see it. It's really good. It's really amazing.
Very authentic people, very honest, open, welcoming, and I felt that we had a connection immediately. And when you take off all your presumptions, you find so many common things between people. So we need to get rid of all our prejudices and try to approach each other with honesty and integrity.
And they're so hospitality.
Very much.
Because the Turkey and Africa's culture are really same.
Very same. Yeah.
And they're really close to each other. And Turkish people are really hospitality. And when you go there, when in Africa, they're so hospitality too.
They welcome with open arms.
Yes.
I was so impressed.
When you go there, when you just show your Turkish passport, they just smile.
Exactly.
They're getting happy.
Exactly.
And when I see that smile, I get happy too.
Absolutely. I had the exact same feeling, Caner. But I wish I can go as much as you did. So one day, maybe we'll go together, hopefully.
Yes, it will be really good, I think.
Sounds wonderful.
All right, so we're going to end this program. But before we end it, do you have anything to say or to add to our African brothers and sisters?
All I'm saying is, please see Turkey as your friend, as your sincere friend in the world. And please see Natural TV as your gateway to the world. Because Natural TV's role is really to understand your problems in Africa and solve them through the opportunities Turkey can provide. And through 5TN, ITB, and WHN, including the trade show you're doing, all of these programs, we are trying to find ways to really connect our brothers and sisters in Africa with Turkish brothers and sisters, because at the end we're human.
Yes.
And how can we find ways to enhance cooperation, business, culture? This is the vision and mission we have. So I welcome all of them. Let them come to Turkey, feel them at home.
Yes.
And I'm looking forward to visiting in Africa as early as possible as well.
That's really good. That's great. So before we end this program, let's just tell to our people that what does ITB stands for? ITB
stands for Innovation to Brand, Idea to Business, and Interest Free to Barakat, or abundance.
That's great. 5TN is 5 technology news every week. And the health program, WHN,
World Health News, which will cover the entire health news. They will feel the most authentic news about health coming directly from unique professors or from myself that I feel that is reliable for them. But we will provide from Natural TV the most authentic, high quality medical news for them.
That's great. So don't forget these names, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Yavuz Selim Sılay will be here with you every week in Natural TV. So thank you so much being with us. I'm really honored that having you here.
This honor is really mine. The pleasure is mine. I am so thrilled to be working with you and this phenomenal Natural TV team under your leadership.
Thank you. Thank you so
much. I look forward to a wonderful program of series that will help our sisters and brothers in Africa.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to an end of our trade world. Next week, we will be here with other successful guests. So stay tuned to Natural TV.